Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Michael Carrick has got 3 wins in a row. Man United now 3 wins on the spin, and that certainly is something to celebrate. The last time we did this, it took Amorim 47 games to get 3 wins in a row when he was Man United head coach. But now there seems to be a change. There is a change. Even though we were 2-0 ahead, Fulham came back, and I knew they would be a tricky team. I knew that we were going to have difficult moments against them because they are a team with quality players, and they showed that, especially that second goal from Kevin, which was an absolute worldie. But that aside, we still played well. We still created chances. We still had good moments in possession. Maybe we can still get to the question of, do we still do well against teams that sit back and defend? Fulham didn't do that. They played with a bit of purpose, they played with a bit of energy, and they certainly looked like they wanted to try and win the game, especially when it went to 2-2. But we have to start at the beginning. And I want to say that that foul on Brian Mbumo on the edge of the box, as he's going into the box after the ball was played, that is a red card. That is a penalty, without a doubt. But the VAR didn't look at it. The referee just didn't even call anything. I just think that is very weird. And it wasn't even spoken about during halftime. It wasn't spoken about after the game. And it just shows that this is how we are being treated by the referees and VAR. But nevertheless, we stuck strong, we moved on, and we, again, should have maybe had a penalty with Cunha being pulled into the box. But at closer viewing of replays, that was a clean challenge, but it got pulled back to the foul outside the box. And Bruno Fernandes took the free kick. And Casemiro, again, as we know, in his final season, he rises highest at the back and scores, putting us 1-0 ahead. And at that moment, we did quite well to get the early goal. We forced Fulham to come out more. It created spaces for us. And we ended up playing some good football. I wasn't too happy with the starting 11 because I wanted Sesko to start. And credit to him when he came on. He scored the winning goal, and we'll get to that. But I am quite concerned to the starting 11 because Brian Mbumo did not give us that figure up front, that presence in order to hold up the ball and we can play off him. And he didn't occupy the Fulham defenders, the centre backs especially, as much as I would have wanted him to. He tried to run in behind, but the ball didn't come at certain moments. But we still managed to do well, take it into, by scoring another goal. And the second goal was pure patience from us. We passed it around, we didn't rush ourselves into the box. And when Casemiro got the ball, a no-look through ball to Cunha, and he smashed it into the roof of the net. Another goal for Matheus Cunha, and another good performance for him as well. A player who has shown why he is and will continue to be important for Manchester United. Bruno didn't start the game as well, but again, he done what he done. He got his assists. He was there when we needed him to be. And he certainly did get us through, especially in that second half, because once Fulham got back into the game, and in the second half we did sit back a bit, we did find ourselves in moments of being put under pressure by Fulham. But Lomans, wow, making saves to keep us in the game, making saves to keep it at 2-2, because the first goal they got, it was offside, the offside goal that was scored by the Fulham defender. But then again, after that, they get a penalty, which I again think was us being robbed by VAR and the referee, because it's a non-tackle. Jimenez took the shot. It was saved by Lomans. Maguire didn't even try to make a tackle. He was trying to block the shot, which was already taken. So in that particular regard, there is no tackle. It's a non-tackle. He's trying to get the shot blocked from Jimenez. But nevertheless, the ref gave it. VAR looked at it so fast, and they gave the penalty, and it was a good penalty into the top corner. But the second goal, an absolute worldie. Maybe we can defend that better. But before that, the throw-in that Mazraoui kicks against Sesko, that is a United throw-in. And it's from that moment, when Fulham throw the ball in, that they get to the point where Kevin scores the worldie. So it should have been our throw-in. That moment should not have happened. But again, how's the linesman not seeing that? You should see that it's a United throw-in. Mazraoui literally kicks it off Sesko. But nevertheless, we did rally together, we stayed strong, and we still realized and knew that even though we were already in the extra time, we can still create opportunities. You have players like Mbumo, Bruno, Sesko, especially him, Ahmad, etc., that can have moments in order to win us the game. They have that in their locker. And that's what Bruno did. He found himself on the wing, played a beautiful dummy in order to find the space to cross it, plays it in early, a bit behind Sesko, but Sesko done well to control it, turn and finish. 3-2 at the Stretford end. Sesko continuing to score goals even after Ruben Amorim left, and showing that he is improving with Michael Carrick's coaching, Steve Holland, etc. The team doesn't lose hope. They don't lose faith. They stay strong. The spirit that we have carried over, as Michael Carrick said, from those wins against City and Arsenal into this game against Fulham, because even at 2-2, we still felt like we can win the game. And we should have maybe scored more goals. Sesko hitting the post before Fulham scored their first goal. Should have been 3-0. Then and there, game over. But again, we still done well. 3 wins in a row. That is what I am excited about. That is what we should be happy about. We are starting to consolidate a place in the top 4. Aston Villa lost. We're now only 5 points behind them in 3rd place. Maybe we can look to be higher up the table. Talks of us being in a title race. It's something we can think about. It's something we can dream about as United fans. That is, of course, the ultimate goal at the end of the day for Man United. But right now, where we are, we definitely are in good form. We are doing well. And I still want to have the question asked, can we break down a team that sits back and defends for 80% of the game, like a West Ham? Because we're playing Spurs next, and that in itself will be a tough game. But we are at Old Trafford. We will be, shall I say, 2 games unbeaten there with the win against City, and now, of course, against, sorry, I forgot we played Fulham, but that doesn't matter. We have the confidence at Old Trafford. The crowd's always up for it. We and the players themselves know they have to be up for it, especially for Spurs, and I think they will be. Michael Carrick has changed the mentality of the team. He's changed the way we play. The likes of Kobbie Mainoo are looking absolutely excellent, and he's looking like the player we know that he can be. An absolute crime by Ruben Amorim to not play Mainoo more or find a way to put him into the team. He just has it all. What a brilliant young midfielder we have that can still become better. But all in all, I'm happy with the 3 wins in a row, and it will give us confidence, especially going into another tough game against Spurs this weekend. But let me know in the comment section what you think about Michael Carrick, what you think about us having 3 wins in a row, and do you think that Michael Carrick can be Manchester United's permanent head coach? Have a wonderful week till we see each other again in the next one. Bye-bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.